No, go. You can go ahead.
First of all, congratulations on the win. I'm sure it's a big relief, but also awesome for all the hard work you've been putting into the season. Talk about this game a little bit, either of you, both of you. It was definitely a game of runs, and it just felt like at the end you guys were able to overcome some of those turnovers late to really come out on top. So what was this game like for you guys in terms of all those runs?
It's been a rough start to the season, obviously. And we had a meeting with just the starters and coach yesterday, and I think the biggest message was we just had to be desperate. We know how hard it is to win this league, especially on the road, against a great team, a team that knows each other and knows how to win together. And it just takes one game for us to figure out how to win together and what it feels like and how hard it is. And this was like a moment you could see it, see us kind of learning and growing throughout the game. And sometimes that's where it is. That's the best place to learn, and practice things like that. But when you're in the environment and you feel what it's like to win, even in dramatic fashion, like we did, the steps that we took together as a team, it was great and it feels good, and so hopefully we can take that into the future games, future practices, film sessions, because it's not easy. But when you have that one win, you can feel what it feels like to win. These are the moments that carry throughout the season.
For you, when you came back from your sister's wedding, congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
Coach was talking a lot about your leadership and your position on this team and how important it is to have you out there. Congratulations to you also tonight for your season high in points.
Thank you.
Coach was talking about not just your points, but beyond that, just all those different leadership pieces that you bring. And when the Mystics were going on that run, how you were able to kind of bring out those leadership skills and help keep the team calm and focused. Can you talk a little bit about your place in this team and how you feel like you're able to be a leader on this team?
I mean, yeah, I'm the vet now. I'm only 30, but this is my 10th year in the league. I know the league, I know the players, and I know how hard it is. We have a lot of new faces, Dorka, even Tiff, who's been in the league for a while, being in our organization and just how things go with the Lynx. I have a lot of experience, whether it's here or overseas. I've been through a lot of teams. I've played with a lot of different players, and I just understand it on a different level. And, I've been trying to figure my way out because everybody's new. There's a lot of new faces, but even people like Fee taking a new leadership role, just trying to figure out where I fit in. And every game is a little bit different. Everybody's evolving in their own way. But for me, just being consistent, being the consistent leader, I've always been a lead by example player. But, for this team, I think them hearing my voice is so calming, I think. And it gives them just a sense of being able to refocus. And that's something that I had to learn. We're only 7 games in the season, but something I continue to learn. I was really grateful to be able to go and spend time with my family. It was a really important moment for my sister and my family. But as far as who I am for this team, it's continuing to grow, continuing to evolve. I'm not 21, 22 anymore. Not as spry as I once was, but the experience that I've gained, whether it's overseas or here in the WNBA, I feel like I have a lot to contribute in that way. I'm learning too, and I think that's the fun of it. That's the beauty of it, and I'm enjoying that process.
Thank you. Last thing, Dorka, for you, Coach was in here post-game a few moments ago talking about your emotional maturity and your confidence out there, which are 2 really incredibly impressive attributes to have as a rookie. What does it mean to hear that from Coach, and how have you been able to keep developing that so far in your rookie season?
I mean, it means a lot, obviously just spending so many minutes on the team. I mean, on the court, showing that she trusts me, and, having that trust kind of gives you that confidence that hey, you're doing right, and it's not necessarily obviously as a rookie coming from scoring, but I'm trying to have an impact on defensively, just making good passes or just, kind of listening and hearing out, K-Mac or Fee, telling me where to go, what to do, things like that. I think that's just where, I think I've gained a lot of, I guess, knowledge in these past 5 years, I guess, in college, and especially in the past, 2 years at UConn, just learning from, how to be, at that professional player, and obviously it's still figuring out a lot of things, but, I'm surrounded by great people, great players, that have the confidence in me, and K-Mac, I missed the 3 and she told me, keep shooting it if you're open. I think hearing this, as a rookie, that means a lot, that they got my back, even if I miss or something, they know I can make those shots. And and things like that. But I mean, it's been great. Still making a lot of mistakes, but you know, I'm enjoying the process, and you know, this win means a lot because, you know, obviously it's been, we were very close, a lot of games to win it, and we were just not quite there yet to be able to pull that win out. And today I felt like we were just, you know, so much more cohesive, and kind of we had that calmness, you know, like when we were like, oh, they came on around, we turned the ball over, they had a 3 or something, and like I felt like I was like, hey, we got it. Like this was the first time I felt it, like, don't stress about it because we're gonna pull this win out. And you know, I think having that conversation yesterday, you know, with coach and the players, there helped a lot, and kind of just understanding of, you know, kind of a little bit more communication and leadership and everything. And as K-Mac said, it's hard. I don't know how to, I wasn't sure how to win. And, you know, like now I know, like, you know, how much, like how hard it is to win a game. And, you know, you're going against amazing players every single day that can score any way, anytime. And it's hard, but that's the fun part of it. And it's been a fun learning moment for me.
Thank you. Congrats again.
Thank you.
Turning to the Zoom, we'll start with your feet.
This is Rafik, nothing but that sports talk. Congratulations on the win, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I gotta ask you, like, when you look back at the Tiffany Mitchell game winning putback that helped you guys get your first win of the season, like, what is your overall outlook on it?
I mean, it was amazing. It was an amazing play by Tiff. I could see it, you know, and I saw that she had a step on a very, very athletic Brittany Sykes, who was in the air for a long time. But, you know, Tiff had her ups and downs in the game, and you could tell she was frustrated with herself. So the biggest thing that I took from the whole thing was Tiff being able to come back in and make a play and be confident enough to make a play. That was the biggest thing for us because, you know, it's been a hard start to the season. And to win like that, I felt like we deserved to win, but to win like that, you know, with the player who came in has been asked to do a lot at the point guard position, you know, to come here and take on that role, struggle a little bit in the game, and to do that, I think it was huge for her and huge for us as a group.
And if I could ask a follow-up question, this is a question for Dorka. That's how you pronounce her name?
Yes, Dorka.
Yeah. Once you give the team like your overall look ahead, the team's look ahead going to the 3 days rest.
I mean, I think rest is gonna be good for all of us. Obviously, you know, probably gonna watch a little video what we did, and looking forward to our next matchup. I mean, it's not gonna get easier. We're going to New York. So it's gonna be challenging, but I think, you know, just having this moment, like this win, like embracing a little bit, kind of, you know, celebrating a little bit, not too much, but like, you know, it was a huge thing for us. Hopefully that's a huge momentum for us moving forward. So as much, you know, just taking care of our bodies, recover, you know, go home and then fly back to New York. It's gonna be challenging, but I think, you know, just hopefully this is something that we can take forward with us, this feeling, and that we can do it, that confidence, and, you know, we just gotta keep working and find a way to win.
Appreciate the insight. Good luck.
Thank you.
Next up, Leo.
Hey y'all, congratulations on the win, of course. First one's big. Dorka, I wanted to ask you, so, you know, today you had to match up against a former MVP in Elena Delle Donne, and, you know, you can't hold her to 0 points, but you did a really great job late in the game. And so how did you prepare for that matchup coming in? You know, was there just mostly film study? Was a lot of your teammates kind of giving you tips? You know, how did you feel about that matchup today?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I remember just being kind of a kid watching her play. You know, I grew up watching her play. So for me, like, obviously this is a big moment, you know, just being able to guard her. I mean, you know, just watched a lot of film on her, always try, you know, kind of get a little bit of her play, modeling it, obviously with my size, my versatility. That's a player I'm looking up to, you know, and she's been awesome. So I guess, you know, just kind of try to make it a little bit harder for her. I mean, obviously she's still gonna get her shots because she's that good of a player, but I just wanted to make sure that I'm being aggressive, obviously trying to not foul as much and give her easy shots. But I mean, you know, I think it was a whole team effort. At the end of the day, obviously Jess was a lot of times on her, but, you know, Fee was going to double. We kind of just were flying around trying to, you know, have them, you know, just a little bit. But it was a team effort, and it's for players like Elena Delle Donne, it's always going to be a team effort. And I think we did a great job. I mean, she still, you know, had So like, like we're just trying to make it a little bit harder for her, but because we know that once she gets hot, it's gonna be hard for us. But for me, obviously, personally, that was a huge thing to play, against an idol. And it's every single game, playing against somebody that I used to watch playing growing up. So it's pretty special.
Thank you.
Mark?
Hey, y'all. First off, congrats on the win. Dorka, following up on that, you and Jess played together quite a bit in the third, put together a really big run. I was wondering how you felt about the minutes you guys played together and some of the synergy you're starting to find with one another.
I really enjoy playing with her. I think, she's a super versatile, high IQ player. She's always, making plays for us. And kind of, I just remember, that pass that I passed to her and kind of like being enrolled, reverse it. Yeah.
Big,
but just, kind of looking, like I think we're both kind of like, pass first players. And, and obviously she had some great moments, rebounds, drives, like just, she's a very, very good player, very solid every single game. I mean, this whole season, it's been huge for us. And I think, just, I'm also learning from her, because that's kind of the path I want to be with, obviously, as a player, just being able to just contribute to a team so many different ways, passing, rebounding, scoring, whatever the team needs. And she's been solid for us. And obviously that's what we need from her every single game. And she's doing a great job. So I'm glad that, kind of we're getting a little bit more of like the team chemistry together, kind of playing together, and just finding each other in spots and, get our shooters open. But it's been fun. So I'm looking forward to just keep working on that chemistry.
No, I appreciate that. And then Kayla, a question for you too, kind of going off what you mentioned earlier and, talking about becoming a vet. You're somebody who's been a multi-time all-star. Like I remember I talked with Erica Wheeler in Atlanta last year, and she kind of was in a similar situation of figuring out how to be a vet, and, what that means. What kind of things have you done to kind of stay grounded in that, becoming somebody who's like, we're still moving on, becoming somebody who's more of a voice in the locker room?
It's a learning process, because you have your ego and you have, what you come in, your resume, whatever, as an athlete, as a competitor. It's humbling, you know what I'm saying? Because every year there's new, fresh talent coming in, eager to learn, eager to, come in and adapt themselves and go through their learning process. And fortunately enough, I've been through a lot of different players. I was with Jackie Young as a rookie. I was with Kelsey Plum as a rookie. I was with Asia Wilson as a rookie. So I've been able to see how young players evolve, even when I was a little bit younger. And so now that I'm older and, a vet, I wouldn't say I'm old. I hate saying that.
Hey, I didn't say
I
you.
hate saying that. I'm only 30. Okay.
She's not.
But just taking the experience that I've seen players go through, like their learning curves and their learning processes. And obviously, with Sil leaving and Fee going into a new role and Jess going into a new role. And we have Dorka and we have Diamond. And, there's a lot of different pieces that have moved and shifted. And I think that I'm able to kind of see all of that and be kind of the calming voice throughout it all, because I've seen different things, different experiences. I've seen a lot of different things since I've been in this league. So just being able to be that calming voice when things get, go awry, or it's a little bit hard start to the season, just kind of bringing everybody back into these spaces where we can continue to move forward. That's something I'm continuing to learn. Like I said, the first couple of games is kind of hard. I'm in and out. I have to go to my sister's wedding, blah, blah, blah. It sucks losing and being in the season, especially in this organization that's built on excellence. So understanding that and understanding myself and how I've grown, just giving like little pieces of myself. I think that's the biggest thing, is giving pieces of myself where I can, and things that I see, just to be able to help them grow in different ways, maybe that I couldn't when I was younger.
No, that makes a ton of sense. I appreciate that. Congrats again, guys.
Thank you.
And then Frank with the final question.
Yeah, guys, either one of you, or Kayla and Dorka, both of you, what does it mean to get this win? I mean, you've had some nights this season where things have gone wrong and you haven't been able to come on top. Tonight, there were some times that things looked like, they might be slipping away, and you were able to pull it together and get the win. What does that mean for you guys going forward?
I mean,
yeah, it means a lot. I think, we're all competitors. We don't like losing. And I can personally say, coming from UConn, like just losing was just something that was, like you never take that granted, those wins, whenever you're used to winning. So like, obviously this was a tough start it was a new thing for me too. I think a lot of players, obviously, like we don't like losing. So, and it was also like kind of there. So that even made it worse, you know, that we just kind of let it slip away. So this means it's huge for us because as I said before, this is the first time that I felt like we were confident that we're going to pull it out. And hopefully, you know, as I said, it's going to be a momentum shifter for us. Now that we know what it takes, obviously it's still going to be just as challenging every single game, but like now we can know that, you know, we can do it. And it takes a lot, you know, you gotta be, and especially like in these games, like it's just one play and it changes the whole game. So just gotta stay true to ourselves, obviously focus on defense and put a lot of emphasis and keep evolving, and kind of hopefully, you know, just the time we spend together, just knowing everybody, you know, what they like to do and how we can help each other. And I think that's going to be huge for us.
Yeah, and to piggyback off that, I think it's just, you know, when you get that first win and you're in it and you feel what it feels like and how hard it is to win in this league. You have to remember, there's only 12 teams in this league. It's so hard to win. Everybody knows each other. Everybody knows each other's schemes and coaches, blah, 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 the players. So to win in this league and how hard it is, especially for the new faces, trying to put new people together, when you get that together, it builds cohesion on both ends of the floor, but it also builds confidence in what we're doing and how to buy in. So when you're bought in and it works out and it feels good, that continues to want you to buy in and continue to work hard in that space. And it's about us. It's about us and how we evolve as a group. And you know, when you have that feeling, it feels good and you want more of that. So hopefully we can build off this.